So welcome. Thank you for watching the video. I've got a build today. If you like Outbreak Perfected and you like Stasis, this build you're gonna absolutely love it. I promise you, because it's all based around Stasis, freezing things, and letting these Siva Nanites just rip. It's all based around this mod fragment here. It's called Whisper of Rending. So your kinetic weapons do increase damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. I've done a couple of videos on this on the last couple of days, just showcasing the damage increase, and it was anywhere from 42 to 50% damage increase. And why it's absolutely perfect for Outbreak Perfected is because we've got this perk here, Parasitism, is it? Anyway, this weapon does more damage to enemies based on the number of Siva Nanites that attach to them. So that, paired with the Whisper of Rending, you're going to do some serious damage. And it's a primary weapon that takes primary ammo, and you can do so much with it. You can solo champions with it pretty easily. Great for end game sort of trash mobs, red bars, all strong sort of enemies. It makes them like die so quick you won't believe it. Keep watching and you're going to see some clips and some GMs in a moment. And what I've done is I've based it around the Osmiomancy gloves. So what this does is your cold snap grenades have an additional charge that recharges quicker on direct impact. So that's the most important thing. So you get like chunks of it back whenever your cold snap grenades hit targets. This seeker spawn from cold snap grenade travels further also. And what you're going to notice on here, look, I am running Bleak Watcher, and I'm going to explain why I'm running Iceflare bolts. Because what this does is whenever you kill a frozen target that spawn, it spawns seekers that just sort of attach, and they'll just go and set and leech onto other targets and just constantly keep freezing things. And what you're going to see in the clips is the Outbreak Perfected Nanites chaining to frozen targets, which is going to proc the Whisper of Rending. So it's a really nice build, perfect for Outbreak Perfected. So the first clip I'm going to show you is just a damage increase, and then I'm going to go more through the build. Stay tuned, you're going to absolutely love it, I promise you. So I'm just popped in the lost sector just to show you it working. When you see the damage increase here, he's not frozen, 1593, and then he is frozen, and that's the Whisper of Rending kicking in. So you're getting a good damage increase from the frozen target. So I slowed it down just briefly, so 1593. And when he's frozen, he's going to go all the way up to 2383. Of course, that is also going to go up the more you hit targets with the Outbreak Perfected. That's going to also proc the Whisper of Rending. And then this is sort of the Iceflare bolts, just to sort of showcase you. It's not really the best place to showcase it in a lost sector because the enemies die quite often, but I did get some clips of it sort of working. There you go, it's just literally chaining. All them nanites are spreading to that frozen target. It's also proccing that Whisper of Rending. And like I said, not really the best place to show it off because the enemies do die really quickly anyway in here. But it was just to sort of show you. Stay tuned, I've got some work. It's going to work really nicely in the next few clips on the GMs because them enemies are a little bit tankier, and you'll see it all working perfectly. But the actual setup is just an ad clearing monster. It really is. The Iceflare bolts working with the Osmiomancies, getting chunks of your grenade energy back on hits from the cold snap grenades. And this is the GM gameplay now. These enemies usually take quite a long time, well, not to say ages to kill, but they're pests. But this just chews through them. It just absolutely destroys them, and it's working perfectly here. Look at this. These is just the nanites killing some of these things. That's because of the Whisper of Rending proccing, because they're frozen, all working nicely with the Iceflare bolts. Just spreading the Iceflare bolts. That's why I'm not running the Bleak Watcher, because I can run Iceflare bolts with it. And I also like to run Glacial Harvest because I'm getting all the shards, which I'll show you why later. I want the shards also because that's giving me charge, light and everything like that. So I can prop my high energy fire. But look at this, it's just absolutely chewing through these. And all the Iceflare bolts are just chaining. The nanites are going to them frozen targets. It's quite nice because the nanites actually sometimes follow the Iceflare bolts, and they'll just literally both connect at the same time, proccing that Whisper of Rending. Really nice build. Like I said, ad clearing, end game, GMs, master stuff. It's absolutely perfect for. It just destroys low tier ads, medium, up to medium sort of yellow bars, and with Outbreak Perfected with yellow bars and sort of anti-barrier champions, or even like unstop if you stop them. It just does so much damage to them, it's absolutely crazy. Just another clip here of it. The Iceflare bolts and the Nanites all just working perfectly together. Stay tuned, I've got the fragments to show you. So I'm just going to quickly go over the Stasis setup, just to sort of so you can see what's happening. Obviously we've already said Iceflare bolts and Glacial Harvest. I'm obviously running a cold snap grenade to get the most out of the Osmiomancy gloves. None of these sort of change, I always run Healing Rift. Whisper of Change, while I'm near frozen targets or friendly stasis crystals, you take reduced damage. Obviously we're going to be freezing stuff all of the time. Whisper of Conduction, nearby stasis shards tracker to your position. That works really nice with this one, Glacial Harvest. So every time you'll freeze something with Glacial Harvest, it's just spawn shards everywhere. And you literally can have like 20 shards just lying around, and they're all going to travel towards you with this one, giving you an overshield. With this one here, Whisper of Rhyme, so it kills you and gives you an overshield with all the shards. And like I said, you've probably seen in the clips, so you will do in a moment, there's going to be absolute loads of shards everywhere. And then the last one, this is the key one, Whisper of Rending. That's going to proc all the extra damage, that's everything frozen. On top of that, I've got things like Elemental Shards as well, which I'll go more at the end. I just want to show you some more clips firstly. So all them shards that are coming towards me, they're going to make me charge light, they're going to act as elemental wells because of this one here, elemental charge. So all them wells that are acting as, all them shards, sorry, are acting as wells, they're going to make me charge light. And that's also going to proc me my high energy fire, which is a further 20% extra damage. That stacks with everything you've seen. So I'm going to show you some more clips and then sort of break the full build down at the end. And now hopefully you're going to see everything that we've just talked about, all these shards that are going to be created all of the time from the Iceflare bolts and the freezy cold snap grenades on the Osmiomancy. There they are, giving me an overshield, making me charge with light. And you can just continue this loop. You're always going to be charged with light with this build. I've got it set up with the elemental charge, elemental shards, and I'm also running a mod called Charged Up. And this is just, if you notice here, I'm charged with light times 3. I've got loads of extra damage going on with the Whisper of Rending, and that's just gone straight away because that's how much damage you're putting out. Them charged with lights have gone already, just cleared them enemies out. And what you're going to see is how good this is against anti-barriers or even unstoppables. If you've got something to stop them with, you can do this on your own. It's a little bit slower than somewhat like a special weapon, but solid, absolutely solid. I'm really enjoying Outbreak Perfected this season. Just another clip here of how good it is against these trash mobs. It's just absolutely rinsing them. And more clips of the Iceflare bolts working together and the Nanites proccing that Whisper of Rending. Really good. It's leaving stasis shards all around on the floor down there, which is going to keep you nice and healed. And the Shadebinder super, don't forget, it's really strong. A lot of people, I see a lot of videos and the super don't really get mentioned a lot. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but the super is really good. It's still like top tier in my opinion. Perfect for slowing things down. And what you're going to see here, watch, I've got no chargeable light, and them shards just from freezing him, watch what happens. I've got my chargeable light and I've got an overshield. And just a quick heads up for tomorrow's video, or maybe Saturday's video, I've got one on Lazarix Whisper coming, the Arc Glaive, how good that is as well on a certain build, so heads up for that. So just that, yep, there's the shards coming towards me, giving me that chargeable light. And obviously with glaives you can sponge an absolute crap load of damage with glaives at the moment. Really good. And another clip of the shards just to sort of finalise the sort of build, how them shards are helping you, giving you chargeable light and giving you a nice overshield. Get that going all the time. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you the full breakdown, and I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. So I hope you found the video decent, the build decent. I've got just to show you the rest of the mods, just really quickly, I promise you. I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. I've already gone over the sort of setup on the Shadebinder. Just want to say that's really important with this build. Glacial Harvest and Iceflare bolts, they're really important, and that one's important, Whisper of Rending. I'll run these two just for the overshield and the healing. Then obviously the Whisper of Chains is really good because you're freezing stuff all the time. So I've briefly just touched on them because we've already explained that. And then the key sort of mods is elemental shards, because all them shards that I'm creating from this fragment here, they're all working from this aspect, sorry, they're all making me chargeable light because of elemental charge. So all them shards from elemental shards turn to elemental wells basically, and that's going to make you chargeable light. I'm also running this one here charged up because that allows for an additional chargeable light, so you can get ×3 chargeable light rather than 2. It does help quite a lot. I'm also running Revitalizing Blast and Bomber on my class item. Revitalizing Blasting and the champion causes it to ignite. If you can fit Solar Fulmination, obviously go with that. Obviously try to prioritise that. I just like having my Bomber on there just so I can get my grenade back a little bit quicker. I'm also running High Energy Fire, like I've stated, because that's a 20% extra damage buff, which you're going to get all the time, which again does stack with everything that you've already seen. And the last one is just a bit of an extra way to get chargeable light, because I do end game content quite a bit. Shield break charge, that's just another way of getting chargeable light. If I ever break an enemy shield with a matching weapon, that's going to make me chargeable light. And I'm also running Kinetic Siphon, Rapid Kinetic Final Blows, create an orb of power, and you're going to get loads of kinetic final blows because of Outbreak Perfected and all the nanites and everything. You're just going to spawn orbs everywhere, contributing to your team and your super. So I hope the video has been good. Have a great day.